Mga kababayan, mainit-init pa ang usapin tungkol sa umano'y gentleman's agreement ng dating Pangulong Rodrigo Duterte at ang China. At ayon sa nilabas na statement ng China ay kanilang i-detain ang sinuman na mahuli nila sa Bajo de Masinloc. Kamakailan lamang ay nagsagawa ng special committee hearing ang Kongreso sa Masinloc para malaman ang hinaing ng mga mangingisda sa Masinloc at upang malaman ang kanilang mga problema. Para sa makakausap natin ang Philippine Coast Guard spokesperson na si Commodore J. Tariela.
Hello, Sir Larry. Magandang umaga po sa inyo, sir. At,
Magandang umaga rin, Commodore J.
And congratulations for this show, sir.
Alam ko na kayo, Commodore J, ay madalas na rin ma-interview sa iba't ibang mga programa at doon ay binabalangkas siyempre ninyo ang mga official statements na nanggagaling sa inyong opisina. Pero gusto ko sanang malaman din kung ano ang inyong personal na pananaw kung sakasakali na talagang ituloy ng China ang kanilang iniulat na kanilang i-detain ang sino man na makita nila o tumungtong dyan sa disputed waters ng Bajo de Masinloc.
Well, una sa lahat, Sir Larry, for the Philippine Coast Guard and also my personal opinion, etong dalawang announcement ng China na to, yung una, yung fishing ban nila na sinimula na nilang i-implement noong May 1, na nagbabawal na raw mangisda sa 12-degree latitude up north na tatamaan ng Bajo de Masinloc at ang gawing northwestern waters natin ay isa sa regulation na binanggit nila. No? And then pangalawa is yung bagong China Coast Guard regulation kung saan by June 15 ay mang-aaresto daw sila at mang-detain sila ng mga kinikilala na ng trespassers within their own maritime jurisdiction. Para sa akin, ito lahat ay illegal at walang basihan ang China para magbigay ng mga ganitong advisory at prohibition sa ating mga mangingisda. Alam naman natin, Sir Larry, na ang claim ng China na 9-dash line claim was already invalidated by the arbitral award ng 2016. At pangalawa sa lahat, alam natin na ang waters na ito, Sir Larry, falls within our own exclusive economic zone as per reference with the United Nations Convention of the Law of the Sea.
Maraming salamat, Commodore J. Tariela, sa iyong kasagutan. At bilang ikalawang katanungan ay ano sa palagay mo ang dapat na gawin natin upang ang China ay magbago ng isipan sa kanilang ipinalabas na statement na yan na huhulihin o i-detain ang sino man na tumungtong dyan sa Bajo de Masinloc?
Well, for us, Sir Larry, kung titingnan natin, ang China annually, meron naman talaga silang fishing ban na dinideklara dito. And going back in 2021, when the Chinese enacted their own China Coast Guard law, ang dami nilang mga nakakatakot na artikulo dito. Sinabi nila that they're going to use force, use weapon, demolish existing installations na nandyan daw sa 9-dash line nila. Pero 3 years after, since the China Coast Guard law was enacted in 2021, wala naman ni isa ritong naisagawa talaga ang China. So the way we interpret things, Sir Larry, these are just empty threat. Ang pinagpunot dulo lang naman ito, Sir Larry, was the civil society movement ng atin ito, na kung saan on the day that Ms. Rafaela David has declared the mission accomplished nung mission nila sa Bajo de Masinloc, ito din yung araw na nagdeklara ang China na meron silang bagong regulation na i-detain daw nila ang sino man na magti-trespass dito sa mga maritime jurisdiction nila. So, the intent of China is only to discourage civil society and Filipino fishermen to enter this territory. Makikita natin ito, Sir Larry, sa deployment ng China ngayon sa Bajo de Masinloc, for example. If they are really serious in implementing the fishery ban na idineklara nila, di sana itinaasan din nila ngayon ang bilang ng China Coast Guard sa Baho de Masinloc. Pero based on our monitoring now, 2 China Coast Guard vessel lang ang nasa Baho de Masinloc at 9 na Chinese Maritime Militia. Kung maalala mo, Sir Larry, nung atin ito convoy, more than 50 Chinese maritime forces ang na-monitor natin dito. So in short, one, they are not, what we are certain now is one, they are not really serious in implementing this kind of fishery ban. Second, wala naman talaga na tayong nakitang pagtaas ng bilang ng Chinese Coast Guard para sabihin talagang i-enforce nila itong mga advisory na nilabas nila ng mga nakaraang linggo.
Maraming salamat, Commodore J. Tariela, at hanggang sa muli na kung meron kaming iba pang katanungan. At ang bagay na ito ay talagang nakakabahala sapagkat walang basihan ang sinasabi ng China na kanilang i-detain ang sinuman na kanilang mahuli diyan sa Baho de Masinloc. Ito ay hindi sang-ayon sa lahat ng mga international practices at hindi lamang yan. Napakatagal na ng panahon na ang ating mga mangingisda ay nandyan na sa Baho de Masinloc at malaya sila na nakakapangisda at malaya silang nakakapunta dyan sa Baho de Masinloc. Kaya maling-mali itong panuntunan ng China na sila ay magde-detain ng sinuman na tumungtong sa Baho de Masinloc. At sa pagbabalik ay makakasama natin ang 2 opisyales ng PhilHealth upang talakayin ang mga benepisyo at mga magagandang pagbabago sa ahensya para sa bagong Pilipinas. Abangan sa pagbabalik ng Larry Gadon Live.
In a world and time when so much is changing, there is still so much of our culture that has to be documented and kept alive. Who are the bearers of these precious living cultures? How do they pass on a knowledge transmitted through the ages? What they represent has survived colonization, conflict, marginalization, and yet they persist. Sila ang sisidlan, the living vessels that store
Daya, a celebration of Filipino culture and heritage with Senator Loren Ligarda. Only on Your People's Television.
At your service, Pilipinas. Ako po si Commissioner Romeo D. Lumagi Jr. Samahan niyo kami tuwing alas 12 ng tanghali para sa isang bagong Pilipinas ngayon. Dito lang sa PTV.
PTV Consumer Watch, bantay presyo sa gasolina.
Hindi ka talaga mabubuhay kung hindi mo talaga gagalingan. Napaka-importante na dapat mabantayan natin yung operation ng negosyo natin.
Mga inspiring na kwentong buhay at negosyo kasama si Boss RDR, Raymond De Los Reyes.
Taga, diskarte, saka disiplina sa sarili. Ang success is nandun after ng experience natin sa failure.
Ang nangungunang business podcast sa Pilipinas. Mapapanood na tuwing linggo, alas 5:15 ng hapon. Simula ngayong Hunyo. RDR Talks. Usapang kapupulutan ng mga ideyang kapaki-pakinabang. Dito lang sa inyong PTV. Panoorin. Malinaw at malalimang pagsusuri sa mga isyung pampolitika at polisiya ng pamahalaan. Ipaliliwanag ng respetadong political scientist at akademiko na si Profesor Antonio Contreras. Punto de Vista. Mapanuring komentaryo na nagpapainit sa inyong umaga sa Rise and Shine Pilipinas. Dito sa inyong pambansang TV, PTV. Limampung taon ng tapat na pagsiservisyo. Kailanman, kahit saan, para sa bayan. Reaching the Filipino from every corner of the country via terrestrial TV. In Luzon, PTV 8 Cordillera, PTV 4 Manila, PTV 4 Palawan, and PTV 4 Naga. In the Visayas, PTV 11 Cebu, PTV 2 Guimaras, PTV 10 Dumaguete, PTV 12 Calbayog, and PTV 8 Tacloban. And in Mindanao, PTV 11 Pagadian, PTV 11 Sibugay, PTV 11 Davao, PTV 8 Agusan del Sur, PTV 8 Cotabato, PTV 7 Zamboanga, and PTV 48 Davao del Norte. And through the power of 6 digital transmitting stations, PTV 14 Manila, PTV 42 Cordillera, PTV 46 Naga, PTV 42 Cebu, PTV 23 Guimaras, and PTV 45 Davao. Connecting with the rest of the world in the era of digital technology. Through the power of television and our extensive online network, we continue crossing borders to serve the timeliest news and information, bridging public service through innovative programs, fostering pride in the Filipino, and inspiring the people to be active partners in nation building. Noon hanggang ngayon, kasama mong naglilingkod. PTV, ang pambansang TV.
Nagbabalik ang Larry Gadon Live at ngayon ay makakasama natin ang PhilHealth President and Chief Executive Officer na si Mr. Emmanuel Ledesma at ang Vice President for ang Vice President na si Ray Balenya para ipaliwanag ang magagandang balita at mga pagbabago sa PhilHealth. Magandang umaga, Mr. Ledesma and Mr. Balenya. Welcome dito sa Larry Gadon Live. Pwede ba natin pag-usapan kung ano ang kaibahan ng PhilHealth ngayon kaysa noon? Sapagkat alam naman ng marami na ang PhilHealth ay nagbibigay ng mga benepisyo sa healthcare sa ating mga kababayan. Pero ano ang malaking kaibahan ngayon tungkol dito sa, kasi nagkaroon ng coverage ang universal healthcare, ano? Ano ang mga pagbabago ngayon dito?
Magandang umaga po, Sec. Larry.
Magandang umaga.
Magandang umaga po sa lahat ng viewers. Before anything, Sec. Larry, I want to thank you for allowing us at PhilHealth to be able to, every time we have an opportunity, Sec, to share our programs and policies. It's a very big thing for PhilHealth. No? Let me start, Sec. Larry, by saying I've been appointed as PhilHealth President I've been in the position now for around 18 months po. No? And before I joined, alam mo, Sec. Larry, it was very clear, no, the importance of health to both PBBM and our beloved First Lady. No? Talagang malapit na malapit sa puso nila yung health. So when I joined, Sec. Larry, ang inisip ko, talagang pinag-aralan ko muna yung PhilHealth, and then I focused on 4 main issues, no, which I felt PhilHealth needed to improve on. Yung 4 issues, Larry, is, the first is yung payments of claims to hospitals, payment of benefit claims to hospitals. Yung pangalawa po, yung increase ng benefit packages ng PhilHealth po. Kasi it's been 12 years prior to my joining that these case packages have been enhanced. The third po is, again, in line with the trust of our beloved President, full digitalization and computerization of PhilHealth. And lastly po, dahil napakalaki na GOCC ang PhilHealth, kulang po kami sa tao across the board. Kulang kami ng mga abogado, kulang kami ng mga actuary, mga finance, mga HR. So, I worked on a major reorganization. Lahat po kami sa PhilHealth. So currently, in line with that last point, Sec. Larry, meron kaming pending reorg sa GCG, no, which will increase our complementary employees from roughly 7,000 at present to more than 10,000. At that point, Sec. Larry, mas masisilbi po namin ang mga taong bayan. Lastly, Sec. Larry, I just want to inform our viewers, no, kasi a lot of people don't even know this yet, no. Everybody po, all 115 million Filipinos, from the day you are born till the day you die, can avail po of the benefits of PhilHealth. So I'm asking all of our kababayans, no, let's use this. Let's all be healthy. And nandito po yung PhilHealth para sa taong bayan. Maraming salamat. Sec. Larry.
Linawin ko lang, yung sinabi mo kasi na lahat ng 115 million Filipinos ay automatic members na. Ito ba ang kahulugan ng universal healthcare, universal coverage? At dati kasi, ang nakakapag-avail lamang ng PhilHealth benefits ay yung mga miyembro lamang. Di ba? Yung mga miyembro na under the formal employment sector na kung sila ay miyembro, sila ay makakatanggap ng benepisyo. At yung hindi miyembro ay hindi sila makakatanggap. Pero ngayon, automatic. Wala ka nang kailangang ipipresent na mga ID o mga kapapeles upang ikaw ay makover ng PhilHealth benefits. Ito ba ay ganito ang pangyayari ngayon?
Very good. Very good point, Sec. Larry.
And this is the first time na mangyari ito sa PhilHealth under the administration of President Bongbong Marcos.
Very good, Sec. Larry. First of all, yes, everyone is a member. Like I said, our database is 115 million. Everyone from the day you're born to the day you die can avail of the benefits. Secondly, all you have to do po is register. No? Kailangan po lang mag-register yung anybody, no? Including all those OFWs, all those here and abroad, kailangan lang po mag-register. Madaling-madali. In fact, we are making it easier now with our full digitalization program. So baka sa telepono lang or sa ano lang.
Yeah.
Everything now kasi is
Napakadali
electronically.
na, di ba? Napaka-conveniente.
Again, thank you to, kasi yung main thrust ng presidente natin talaga is full digitalization.
Yeah.
So we are going to make things very easy. No?
Oo.
Now lastly, Sec. Larry, nung sinabi nyo, maganda rin, sa universal healthcare law kasi, ang talagang pinaka-crux, pinaka-issue doon is, dapat, regardless of your social status, mayaman ka, mahirap, everybody has to have equal benefits and everybody has to have full medical treatment. So talagang hina-highlight yan ni President Marcos. So kami po sa PhilHealth, we are ensuring and assuring and making sure po to all the Filipino people that we are there. We are there to really serve the health sector. And lastly, Sec. Larry, sinabi rin ni PBBM, ang ganda yun, during the campaign, sabi niya, we cannot expect the indigents, the poor people, to be able to come to the hospitals or to be able to travel to the health centers. We have to bring the medical health, the medical facilities to the people. Kaya talagang, we are really working 24/7 at PhilHealth to do all of this. Talagang serbisyo po talaga sa mga tao. And we are very aggressive, especially sa benefit packages. Like I said earlier, Sec. Larry, 12 years po yan hindi nagagalaw. With inflation, with everything, hindi po na-increase yan. Now, when PBBM took office, that was one of our priorities. And we have done it starting last year. And then this year po, just to give you an idea, again, first time po nangyari to, 30% po almost across the board of all the case packages. Napakarami po yan, no? So we have done that last February 14 na implement yan po, no? And then hindi pa po nararamdaman pa ng lahat ng tao. We're already considering doing another 30% across the board.
Wow.
Talagang rini-review na ng HFPS group ng PhilHealth.
60%
Then
yan
magiging
kung
60.
sakasakali.
Yes po. So, and it doesn't mean we'll still stop there. Talagang all-out aggressive kami. Again, we are just taking guidance from our beloved President. Sabi niya, yung health po ng taong bayan, napaka-importante. So, talagang all-out kami, Sec. Larry. All-out kami talaga.
Maraming salamat sa inyong paglilingkod dyan sa PhilHealth. Mr. Vice President Ray Valenia, nung nabanggit ni Mr. Ledesma na nag-increase pa ang benefits,
Yes, sir.
Ito ba ay nagkaroon din ng karagdagang premium ang mga members? Sila ba ay may karagdagang bayad para ma-increase natin ang benefits na binibigay ng PhilHealth?
Well, Sec. Larry, nagsimula po na mag-enhance po tayo ng mga benepisyo last year, 2023, kung saan ay nasuspend po no, yung pag-increase ng ating pong
oo.
contribution rate.
Pinasuspend ni Presidente yan.
Opo. At tayo naman ay tumalima talaga at ipinatupad po natin yung nasabi pong suspension. Dapat po kasi, Sec. Larry, from 4% noong 2022, magiging 4.5% ng 2023. Pero, noong 2023 po, bagamat sinuspindi po yung contribution increase, pero ang naging decision po ng PhilHealth Board at ng PhilHealth Management, tuloy po tayo sa pagpapatupad ng mga benefits enhancements. Kaya nung 2023, Sec. Larry, doon nagsimula yung aming coverage ng dialysis package, magmula 90 sessions, naging 156 sessions
Napakalaking bagay yan.
Ibig
Doon sa may
sabihin-
mga karamdaman sa na kailangan
yung
ng
may mga chronic
dialysis.
kidney disease stage 5 patients po, Sec. Larry, na talagang on dialysis, yung kanilang pangangailangan na for 1 year na dialysis ay covered na po ng PhilHealth.
Napakaganda ng accomplishments ng PhilHealth ngayon sa pamamahala ninyo. At dahil na kamangha-mangha na kahit hindi nagdagdag ng premium payments, ay na-increase pa ninyo ang benepisyo. At hindi lamang yon, naging 100% coverage pa ang ating mga kababayan.
Sec. Larry,
Kaya nga sinasabi ko na ang PhilHealth hindi naman kinakailangan doktor agad ang mamahala, kundi yung mga talagang mga batikan na mga executives na kagaya ninyo. Napakaganda ng inyong mga ginawang pagbabago sa PhilHealth.
thank you, Sec. Larry. If I can also add, Sec. Larry, alam mo, last year po, the top 3 case packages was increased, no? Yung ischemic stroke, hemorrhagic stroke, no? That was increased, and that was announced po by our beloved President in his State of the Nation address last year. On top of that po, in-announce rin po namin yung increase of hemodialysis sessions, which was mentioned by Sir Ray earlier, from 90 to 144 to 156. Yung pagka-compute po ng 156 kasi, that's a maximum of 3 sessions a day. Kasi yung mahirap, lalo na yung mahirap po, hindi sila maka-afford ng 3 sessions a week. So that was computed with 3 sessions a week times the maximum of 52 weeks in a year. Okay? And ang pinakamaganda dyan, Sec. Larry, all of these were done last year while the premium contribution was frozen by our beloved President.
Yes.
So lahat ito,
Napakaganda.
at saka ang yung increases niya, mga 100-200% po. Very, very huge increases, no? Now, all of this was done and the premium contribution was suspended.
Oo,
So,
napakagandang
talagang
accomplishment yan.
napakaganda. And lastly, Sec. Larry, nung in-announce to ng beloved President natin sa SONA last year, it received the loudest applause. Especially from the
Yes.
congressman.
Nandun ako.
Up to today, Sec, ang dami nagte-text na napakalaking tulong sa kanila yung increase to 156 hemodialysis sessions. Just wanted to add that po.
Oo. Ngayon, nabanggit nyo kanina na meron ka kayong plano na across the board ng another 30% na increase sa
Yes po.
benepisyo.
Yes po.
At I'm just wondering na without increasing the premium, paano ninyo magagawa yun? Meron ba ibang plano ang PhilHealth na magkaroon ng ibang income generating activities para masuportahan itong mga increase na nasa plano ninyo?
Very good question, Sec. Larry. Alam mo, historically kasi, PhilHealth, for all its accomplishments, one of the things kasi that I felt that it wasn't very aggressive in doing was increasing the benefit packages. So through the years, may pera na rin na, the funding of PhilHealth has also piled up. So meron po kaming pondo. Now, in line with that, because we are very aggressive, sabi niyo nga, imagine 30%, ngayon may isang 30%.
May another 30%.
And then to add to that pa, yung breast cancer po. Yung dating package ng breast cancer, 100,000, we increased it to 1.4 million.
Oo,
So,
napakalaking,
14 times. Okay,
napakagandang accomplishment
now,
ng PhilHealth yan.
in line to your very good question, Sec, sabi, ang ganda ng mga plano nyo, aggressive kayo. Baka naman mawalan ng perang PhilHealth. First of all, I don't think so because we currently have funds. Secondly, grabe po yung support ng beloved President Marcos natin.
Oo.
So, him and then the government in general, DBM, DOF, are all very supportive kasi healthcare to ng taong bayan eh. So, I'm not so concerned eh. Kasi feeling ko, for now, the funding is there. And if ever we fall short, I'm sure the President and the First Lady will find a way to assist PhilHealth. Diba? So, like currently po, yung PCSO, yung PAGCOR, yung mga syntaxes, lahat yan tumutulong sa PhilHealth. So, we have a lot of help. Kasi, it's very clear, napaka-importante sa taong bayan. Eh.
Wala ba kayong plano dun sa mga self-generating income na pwede magawa ng PhilHealth? Na you're not totally dependent on the funds coming from PAGCOR or from PCSO or from other sources?
Well, we have assets, Secretary, but it's very clear kasi in the law, all of the funds that are with PhilHealth have to be used for two purposes only. One is to increase the benefit packages, which we are doing, and second, to decrease the premium contributions. Diba?
Okay.
So, well, na-froze din yan last year, and this year is already the last increase. So talagang, it will not, we're trying our best so that hindi medyo maapektuhan yung mga taong bayan. Diba? Aside from that, the funds naman of PhilHealth are very strictly used. Hindi lang pwede namin gamit kahit ano, di ba? We're not allowed to build health centers. We're not allowed to. It's really payment of claims to the people.
Okay.
Talagang for health use lang talaga po. Very strict po yun, di ba? So talagang the people can be assured that their contributions and the money of PhilHealth is well taken care of and is used properly.
Yes, napakaganda. Yan ang kainaman ng kapag ka ang mga pinuno na nagpapatakbo sa PhilHealth ay hindi lamang mga doktor, no? Kundi yung talagang mga sanay at well-experienced na mga executives. At dito naman sa may katanungan ako kay VP Ray Balenya. At ito ay merong naiplano na itayo na cancer center na ang layunin nito ay bigyan ng libreng serbisyo ang mga cancer patients dahil ito ay talagang catastrophic yan. Mauubos talaga ang kabuhayan mo yan kung hindi ka asistihan ng gobyerno. Meron na bang linaw itong cancer center na ito na actually ay ninanais ng ating Speaker Martin Romualdez na maipatayo? Meron bang kaugnayan ito sa PhilHealth?
Ay, meron po. Napakalaki, Sec. Larry. In fact, nung in-inaugurate po no, yung ating Philippine Cancer Center, ang PhilHealth po ay naroon at sa pangunguna po ng ating President and CEO, si Sir Mandy Ledesma, kasama po ni Speaker Romualdez at iba pang mga key players no, sa ating laban sa cancer, ay talagang nandun po para suportahan po yung ating cancer center. At sa bahagi po ng PhilHealth, nabanggit na ni Sir Mandy kanina, Sir, sa breast cancer pa lamang po, this year, no, 14 times na nagtaas po.
Nag-increase ang benepisyo?
Yes, sir. From 100,000, naging up to 1.4 million.
Napakalaking ano yun.
At ang kagandahan po nito, Sec. Larry, ay open na po ito sa lahat po ng mga kababayan natin regardless of the stage of the cancer they are in. So
okay,
so kahit
talaga.
inabot na po sila, nakasalukuyan ng nagpapagamot, makakahabol po sila no, subject to certain criteria lamang. So ito po yung kagandahan po nito, Sec. Larry. And,
Binibigyan talaga ng ano yan ng atensyon at ng focus ng ating presidente sapagkat ang healthcare services, yung access to quality healthcare ay isa sa mga pamamaraan upang maibsan ang poverty or ang kahirapan ng ating mga kababayan.
Yes. Sec. Larry, may dagdag ko lang, sir, with your permission po. Hindi lang breast cancer po ang nakalinya for this year. Sir Mandy, meron pang 2 Z-benefit packages ang PhilHealth na nakatakda pong i-enhance po this year, no? Yung ating prostate cancer package, sir, sa mga kalalakihan. And again, yung cervical cancer para sa mga kababaihan. May dagdag ko lang po, Sir Mandy.
Yan, napakaganda.
Sec. Larry, thank you for that,
Ibig
sir.
sabihin may mga nadagdag na benepisyo at may mga nadagdag na mga sakit or karamdaman na dati ay wala. At ngayon ay lumaki pa ang kanilang coverage o ang benepisyo.
Sec. Larry, if I may add also a few things, no. The first is, it's not only President and First Lady. Si Speaker Martin Romualdez, especially in the last few months, has been very, very active and supportive to PhilHealth. In fact, nung in-announce namin yung increase in breast cancer from 100,000 to 1.4 million, he was the one who was kind enough to suggest to us, pwede ba isama nyo na rin yung mammogram tsaka yung ultrasound? And true enough kasi na-overlook po namin yan eh. So immediately, we included it after a few days, no? Kasi ang ganda ng suggestion niya. First. Secondly, Sec. Larry, I hope you don't mind, with your permission, I will use this opportunity
yes.
na rin. One of the biggest issues kasi on PhilHealth when I joined is umaangal po yung mga hospital, yung mga doktor. Bakit yung baka may hindi binabayaran ng mga claims namin? Secondly, bakit kung nagbabayad yun, napakatagal. Ano bang problema ninyo? Ang dami nyo naman pera. So, what I did from day one,
Naranasan ko yan dahil hindi nyo na itatanong. Ako ay naging administrador ng isang hospital dito sa Manila.
There you go. Okay.
At naging director din ako ng UST Hospital noong araw.
And-
Kaya naranasan ko rin yan yung naging problema sa PhilHealth.
Not only that, Sec. Larry, lalo na yung mga public hospitals na maliliit. Kasi
Oo.
pag they rely so much on the
Yes.
payments of claims. Pag hindi dumadating yun or late yun, magsesarado yun and we'll have more problems.
Yung
Now,
cash flow nila talaga masisira.
exactly. So, Sec. Larry, one of the things we've been doing with Sir Ray, with CEO and the whole team, talagang in-address namin yan. And I'm happy to report po to you and to the public na we have really made great headwinds in moving forward with regards to the payments of claims to hospitals. In fact, yung two biggest hospitals associations, which is PHAPI and PHA,
Yes.
both of the heads, si Dr. Rene De Grano and Dr. Santiago, have expressed their gratitude and happiness kasi sabi nila, parang mas mabilis ngayon ang turnaround time and talagang nababayaran ng mga hospitals. So I'd like to say that, Sec. Larry, we have made great strides in improving our payments of claims to hospitals. So talagang in-address po namin yan, Sec. Larry. Thank you for that, Sec. Larry.
Oo,
At least
maraming
na-relay
salamat.
namin yan,
At
no?
ngayon naman ay dumako tayo sa katanungan at merong gustong makipag-ugnayan sa atin at may katanungan. Si Miss Terry dito sa Itanong Mo kay Papa Sec.
Papasik, paano ba i-avail namin yung PhilHealth? Katulad ko, may maintenance na. Marami akong maintenance sa sarili ko. Sa high blood, isa na yon. Sa diabetic, isa na yon. Paano ba namin makuha yung PhilHealth na yan? Papasik,
Okay, ang katanungan ng ating nanunood ay kung yung ang kanyang mga gamot na ginagamit, yung mga maintenance medicines niya ay kasama ba sa mga benepisyo ng PhilHealth ngayon? Ito ba ay dati ng kasama o ngayon lamang natin ini-implement?
Thank you very much, Sec. Larry. Actually, salamat sir sa tanong nyo, no? Yung konsulta program namin po, no? That's another thing we're focusing on also, no? Meron yan po mga accredited providers, no? So all over the country yan. So ang kailangan gawin lang ni mag-register with an accredited provider, then he can avail of all of the services and benefits that are offered. Marami po yan, no? If I may be allowed po,
Anti-diabetic.
so ito rin, 'di ba? Just an example of anong pwede nilang avail, no? May anti-diabetic, anti-asthma, antimicrobial, antihypertensives, antihistamine. Ang dami po. Halos lahat po. And then we increase the number of medicines, maintenance. Talagang lahat po, very aggressive po kami. No? So ang key lang po doon, yung kailangan lang may accredited provider. No? Tsaka marami po yon. We can furnish a list to sir. No? And sir, going forward, anytime, please feel free to call us. We have a website which we have improved substantially. Lahat po ng information, Sec. Larry, nasa
Nandoon.
website. Once you go online po, nandun lahat. Kunyari, yung list ng providers, yung list ng medicines, yung list ng availment, yung mga costing, nandun lahat. So, I wanted to suggest to sir, kung may oras po kayo, diba, i-browse nyo lang. Ngayon, kung may tanong pa kayo na hindi nasasagot doon, feel free to call any of us. 24/7 po, available kami. Yan yung trabaho namin, Sec. Larry.
Napakaganda ng inyong programang yan. Yan ba ay dati ng benepisyo na nakukuha sa PhilHealth o ngayon lamang ninyo naisipan na i-implement?
Well, some of them were already there.
Oo.
But like I said, in the last 2 years, we have been very, very aggressive in
Oo, kasi kung
improving the number of services and benefits offered po.
Kasi yung katanungan kanina ay nagpapakita na maraming hindi nakakaalam. So it could be that hindi pa talaga ito ini-implement dati o ito lamang sa administrasyon ni Pangulong Bongbong Marcos na nagkaroon ng pagbabago sa implementasyon na mga benepisyo na yan under your leadership.
Well, like I said, Sec. Larry, some of these were there, but now we are really making sure, working doubly hard,
Na makakarating.
that it reaches the far-flung areas, it reaches everybody. No?
Siguro increase ninyo ang public information campaign ninyo, ano?
Actually,
As, if I may suggest.
Actually, Sec. Larry, I was going to mention that, no, before you even mentioned it. Another shortcoming kasi of PhilHealth. Sabi nga ni Speaker Martin sa akin the other day, sabi niya, ang ganda ng ginagawa niyo sa PhilHealth, pero kung hindi umabot sa taong bayan, sayang naman, diba?
Oo nga,
Even the
oo.
other lawmakers are saying, you're doing this, you're doing that. But what if it doesn't reach? So humingi po sana kami ng tulong, Sec. Larry, na information dissemination kasi is one of our shortcomings in PhilHealth. We really need to improve that eh. So, you know, the media people, yung mga, diba, Sec. Larry, yung show nyo, ang daming nanonood. So isipin mo, if you can help us alert the people or inform the people, malaking bagay po 'yon, malaking tulong sa amin po, Sec. Larry.
Maraming
Thank you
salamat. At ngayon naman ay may susunod pa na tanong para naman kay sa PhilHealth at ito ay galing kay Ray David. Oo.
Fredalin.
Fredalin. Oo. Oo. Medyo maliit.
Ilang beses po pwedeng humingi ng tulong sa PhilHealth. Papasek, tanong ko lang po kung ilang beses po pwedeng humingi ng tulong sa PhilHealth.
Ito ay sasagutin ng ating mga panauhin. Ang katanungan ay kung ilang beses pwedeng humingi ng tulong sa PhilHealth. Kanina ay naibanggit na yung dating sa breast cancer ay 100,000 lamang
Naging 1.4
kanila ma-avail.
million, yeah.
Ngayon ay 1.4 million na, no? Naging times 14.
Yeah.
Oo.
Sec. Larry,
So
if I may-
paano nga pala 'yon na kung ang katanungan ay kung ilang beses daw makaka-avail ng
To answer the
PhilHealth?
question, Sec. Larry, may 45-day coverage po, no? And actually, even more than that, pag talagang, kunyari, kailangan pa ng additional help or additional tulong, basta approach us lang, no? We are very open kasi, Sec. Larry, no? Even let's say, by law, ganito, ganyan. Pero pag talagang makita namin kailangan ng tulong, gagawin po namin ng paraan, eh. Kasi utos yan ni, utos yan ng Malacanang. Talagang we have to really go all out, eh. So, it's 45
ibig
days
mo sabihin,
coverage.
in some special cases, na kahit na exhaust na yung
Yes,
benefits na dapat nila matanggap, if you can see that kailangan pa rin ng
We will find a way.
tulong pa rin.
We will try to find a way.
Napakaganda. Oo.
Hindi, talagang very important yung help through our beloved President. Eh. So,
Oo.
from our end, we're doing all we can, diba? So, if we have to think outside the box, kahit ano na, kahit, like you said, kahit na-exhaust na, tutulong pa rin kami, diba? So, please feel free, no, to, salamat
Fredalin.
po sa mga nagtanong.
sa nagtanong, kay
Fredalin, no?
Fredalin.
And like I said, diba, our website is very useful. You can call any of us 24/7. We will pick up the phone, diba? You can write to us. Everything po, we are there. We are there. We are there to serve po.
Siguro, if I may suggest din, ang nakakalat sa buong Pilipinas sa mga health centers, siguro ay magkaroon din ng seminar na turuan yung mga nandyan sa mga health centers para maipaliwanag din nila sa mga kababayan natin, lalo na doon sa mga malalayong probinsya, kung ano-ano pa ang mga benepisyo na kaya nilang mahingi sa PhilHealth.
That's a very good suggestion. In fact, we've already started it. We've already started doing that. And in line with that, another thing I want to mention, again, with your permission, Sec. Larry, no? Kasi for example, yung payments of claims, diba, we're trying to improve it. So kunyari, may isang hospital pumunta sa amin, ba't ganito, ganyan, ganyan. Ang ginagawa po namin, we'll find out first anong region yan, and then yung regional vice president namin will bring his team. They will walk through the hospital. Ganito dapat ang proseso, dapat ganito. Kasi minsan nagkakamali yung filling out sa forms, yung pagkakolekta. So, we are there. We are there to fully serve and walk you through the whole process po.
Maraming salamat, Chief Ledesma at VP Balenya, sa oras na inyong ibinigay sa amin upang
Maraming
maipaliwanag
salamat po.
ang mga katanungan at masagot ang mga katanungan at maipaliwanag ang lahat ng mga ginagawa ng PhilHealth ngayon. Sana ay mapaunlakan niyo muli ang aming imbitasyon sakaling meron kaming mga gustong linawin sa PhilHealth.
Actually, Sec. Larry, if I may, kami po, ang nagpapasalamat sa inyo because like I said, anytime we have a chance to share our programs and policies, tapos sa show nyo pa, pilot episode pa, kaya maraming salamat po from kami po ni Sir Ray and in behalf of PhilHealth po.
Thank you,
We are
thank
very
you,
grateful
Sec.
po.
Larry. Thank you.
And sana makaulitin po.
Maraming salamat. At para naman sa mga may katanungan ay pwede kayong makipag-ugnayan at mag-comment sa aming live broadcast na mapapanood ninyo sa Facebook at sa YouTube account at sa istasyong ito at sa Radyo Pilipinas. Huwag muna kayong bibitaw dahil magbabalik pa ang Larry Gadon Live.
Saan ka pa ba pupunta para sa balanse, responsable at makatotohanang pagbabalita? Hatid ng inyong pambansang TV ang mga premyadong programang pambalitaan na tinututukan ng sambayanan sa maghapon. Balitaang may puso matapos ang pananghalian sa Sentro Balita. Mainit na balita sa early evening prime time sa Ulat Bayan. At ang tuloy-tuloy na pagbibigay ng balitang makatotohanan tuwing Sabado at Linggo sa Ulat Bayan Weekend. Ang pinakasariwang multilingual news update sa PTV Balita Ngayon. PTV Balita Ngayon sa probinsya. PTV News Now at Stories from the Grid. Ang nangungunang English newscast sa free-to-air TV. PTV News Tonight. Ang latest sa mundo ng palakasan sa PTV Sports. Serbisyo, impormasyon, inspirasyon para sa bagong Pilipino. Kami ang inyong PTV, ang pambansang TV sa bagong Pilipinas. Disaster Watch. Alamin ang mga dapat ilagay sa go bag bilang paghahanda sa anumang sakuna. Maglagay ng tubig na maiinom at mga pagkaing hindi madaling masira. Maglaan ng espasyo para sa first aid kit at survival kit para sa mga hindi inaasahang pangyayari. Huwag kalimutan ang toiletries para mapanatili ang kalinisan sa katawan. Samahan din ang mga damit at beddings na magtatagal ng ilang araw. At para ligtas at may alam, magdala ng personal protective equipment at mga teknikal na gamit. Sa panahon ng kalamidad, dapat laging listo. Subaybayan ang sagupaan ng pinakamagagaling na mga koponan mula sa Northern Luzon for the online qualifiers. Minerva Sports versus MKNR Esports. Umpisa na ang bakbakan ngayong Miyerkules alas 7 ng gabi. Dito lang sa Unity League Mobile Legends Bang Bang National Tournament. Mapapanood sa PTV, IBC at Congress TV Channel.
Starry, starry night, paint your palette blue and gray. Look out on a summer's day with eyes that know the darkness in my soul. Shadows on the hills, sketch the trees and the daffodils, catch the breeze and winter chills in colors of the snowy linen land. Now I understand what you tried to say to me, and how you suffered for your sanity, and how you tried to set them free. They would not listen, they did not know how. Perhaps they listen now.
Mga kababayan, at meron kaming inahandog na awitin sa inyo at ito ay kasama ng programa bilang light moments natin. At dito sa portion na ito ay ating iimbitahan na kumanta ang ating mga bisita. At ngayong pilot episode naman ay ako na muna ang kakanta sapagkat hindi nakahanda yung ating mga bisita. At kasama ko dito si Maestro Alan Lagasca.
Day after day, I must face the world of strangers where I don't belong. I'm not that strong. It's nice to know that you'll be there if I need you, and you always smile. It's all worthwhile when there's no getting over that rainbow. When my smallest of dreams won't come true, I can't take all the madness this world has to give, but I won't last a day without you. You and me against the world. Sometimes it feels like you and me against the world. When all the others turn their back and walk away, you can count on me to stay. Remember when the circus came to town and you were frightened by the clown? Wasn't it nice to be around someone that you knew, someone who is big and strong and looking out for you? And me against the world. Sometimes it feels like you and me against the world. And for all the times we've cried, I always felt the odds was on our side. And when one of us is gone and one of us is left to carry on, well then remembering we'll have to do. Our memories alone will get us through. Think about the days of me and you, of you and me against the world. When there's no getting over that rainbow, when my smallest of dreams won't come true, I can take all the madness the world has to give, but I won't last a day without you. But there's no getting over that rainbow, when my smallest of dreams won't come true. I can take all the madness the world has to give, but I won't last a day without you.
salamat po.
Samahan niyo po kaming muli sa susunod na linggo tuwing Miyerkules alas 11:30 ng umaga. At ito ang programa Larry Gadon Live dito sa PTV. Maraming salamat at ako ay nagpapasalamat din sa mga nag-plug ng programang ito kagaya ni Sas Rogando Sasot, ang Philippine Daily Inquirer at ang ABS-CBN. Maraming salamat sa inyong pagpa-plug.